Hello again guys, today I'm going to showcase the limited super glitch in the inverted spire strike, and alongside the footage we can have a chat about everything Destiny 2. Let's jump right in. Here I've got a pike close to where you spawn, built my super up and then hit my super and hopped on the pike fractionally later to reveal my weapon whilst on the pike. Once you're on, swap your weapons and swap them back again and you're good to go. In this form of the super you don't have the full power of the super you're using. So far I've only seen this work with Dawnblade, Arcstrider and Sentinel supers. I don't think it works with the other ones. Now, as the beta comes to a close, I just want to say how much fun I've had playing such a limited bit of content. Maybe it's because I've not played much Destiny 1 lately, but I feel like the new direction of the Crucible, along with what we've seen in terms of gear, level design and class abilities, is that Destiny 2 will be even more enjoyable than Destiny 1. I've seen a lot of talk about the Crucible. The slow cooldowns and the slow gameplay is weird to get used to, and there's less 1v1s where you feel like you can show your skill off a bit more, but in all honesty it's vastly more rewarding to coordinate as a team than to double tap a headshot with Thorn across the map like what we had in Destiny 1. The only thing that bothers me is that nearly everyone has a super in the dying moments of the game regardless of how well you've played. It seems like there's less room to tactically deploy supers at various stages of the game. And this might change with the gear bonuses, but I suspect we'll get a change in general where kills reward more super energy than they currently do. Moving on to the gunplay in Crucible, the best primary in the beta I've found by far is the pulse rifles. The hand cannons and the scouts don't match up at common engagement distances, at least on the maps that we've got in the beta. And the SMGs and auto rifles just don't reward headshots enough to make them more selectable over pulse rifles. Big shout out to the phosphorus though, that thing is deadly at close range, and my personal favourite is the needle. You rock into Crucible holding that little pea shooter and people are going to seriously underestimate how much that thing tears. What I'd like to see though is the removal of the weird bloom effect on hand cannons. It's too punishing to seemingly land a headshot only for it to whiff. I quickly swapped from a main of hand cannons to the pulse rifle sidearm combination after seeing how badly the hand cannons were performing when I was watching my footage back. Power ammo is incredible and it's in such a good place. I think it's probably the best utilization and balance of those types of weapons we've seen yet. And along with that change, map control is so open to changing that you don't feel overwhelmed when you don't have the map. The power ammo placement means you can mount a challenge from any spawn, but also you can't control it whilst controlling the map. In Destiny 1, if you held an area, you could easily cycle the special ammo crates and then guarantee a heavy spawn. Whereas in Destiny 2, if you coordinate a team shot and get some of the power ammo, which is quite spread out, the map control switches back right into your favour. Coming up in just a second actually, about halfway through the strike, I met my #1 biggest cause of death in Destiny 2 so far, and it meant I had to go back and get my super and then continue pounding Protheon with my Dawnblade.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Anyway, speaking of PvE in general, I think Bungie mentioned in their recent update that they thought grenades and other aspects of fighting in PvE were slightly underpowered in the beta. Grenades need to feel more powerful than they currently are, and supers need to dish out some serious damage considering their cooldown. Having said that, with this strike I think Bungie was trying to tell us something about the direction Destiny 2 will take fights in. The stages of the battle with Protheon were split into different elemental damage types, meaning good coordination of loadout supers and timing class abilities becomes central to success. It puts more emphasis on the team fight and team coordination. Personally, all that I've seen in the beta is just such a positive direction. I'm not at all worried about what the full game has to offer, considering how well the expansions went down throughout Destiny 1. Bungie is a seriously competent developer. The only issue I have is with the content lockouts for those who don't purchase the latest expansions. It robs the consumer of what they've purchased and stops them from accessing content they used to be able to access. Hopefully we'll see less of that in Destiny 2, but I don't hold high hopes considering Activision is the publisher. But remaining positive, personally a lot of the backlash online has been directed at this game not being Destiny 1 continued, but a reimagining of Destiny entirely. The locked class skill trees, the locked weapon rolls and elements, but honestly I just can't believe how quick the community has been to judge what they think Destiny 2 will offer. We've barely played a fraction of what Bungie has been working on for years, and already people think they've got it figured out. And not only that, but we've forgotten everything that was positive coming out of E3, such as guided games. Almost 50% of Destiny 1 players never completed a raid, and now think about how much content and enjoyment this new change will bring to the people who were previously unable to access that kind of content. Alongside this, I've seen the discussions regarding the limited playlist selection. This is the beta, not the full game. Bungie simply needed to condense the player base sufficiently enough to stress test their systems. I don't really understand how people relate what they're experiencing here in terms of what's on offer to what they'll be given when the game launches, not including what each expansion will bring. I'm going to leave you some footage for the rest of the strike, and as always, if you like what you see, let me know, whether that be a like, a comment or subscribe. Look out for more content from me, maybe. Catch you later.